Calvin Coolidge, full name John Calvin Coolidge Jr., was born in Vermont, in a small town called Plymouth Notch. Coolidge was born on July 4, 1872, the only president to have been born on Independence Day. Calvin's father spent many years as a public servant, and Cal would soon follow suit. Coolidge attended 3 different colleges and then traveled to Northampton for a law apprenticeship. In 1898, Coolidge took a position on a city council. In 1999, he ran for city solicitor. In 2002, Coolidge took the position of the clerk of courts. The only city election this man lost was to the school board, and only because he had no children. In 1903, Cal met his soon-to-be wife, Grace Anna Goodhue. In 1905, they had 2 sons, John in 1906 and Calvin Jr. in 1908. Soon after his defeat at the school board, in 1906, Calvin would achieve a place in the House of Representatives. By 1910, Cal returned his family to Northampton and jumped on the mayoral position. By 1912, Coolidge had run for and achieved state senator. In their intervening years between 1912 and 1919, Coolidge would run for and be re-elected to Lieutenant Governor of Massachusetts. During that time, he would handle several high-profile cases, like the Boston police strike. In 1920, Cal set his sights for something greater: Vice President of the United States. When Coolidge joined with his running mate, Warren G. Harding, they took the victory with a landslide of 60% of the vote. During his tenure as vice president, Coolidge won the nickname Silent Cal. It was during this time that many anecdotes of his personality were born, the most famous of which, a dinner party bet. A woman marched up to him and said, "I've made a bet today that I could get more than 2 words out of you." He gave her a mere glance and replied simply, "You lose." 1923 and 1924 were 2 years of tragedy for the vice president. First, Harding died, catapulting Coolidge into the Oval Office. Then, as he prepared his re-election campaign in 1924, his second son, Calvin Jr., died. Despite this, Coolidge continued on and won the campaign in another landslide victory. Throughout his tenure as president, Coolidge's America experienced a massive period of economic growth, also known as the Roaring Twenties. Silent Cal cut taxes, made several judicial appointments, and generally referred to his cabinet for all decisions regarding their fields. Coolidge was a man devoid of racial prejudice, and as such he disliked organizations like the KKK and never appointed a member to any federal position. Coolidge was not a fan of Wilson's League of Nations, and, to be honest, his ties to the KKK, and as such refused to join the League. By 1928, Calvin Coolidge was done with the White House. As he famously said, "If I take another term, I will be in the White House till 1933. 10 years in Washington is longer than any other man has had it. Too long." After the 1928 election, Coolidge retired back to Northampton and published an autobiography in 1929. He lived a quiet life with his remaining family until his death in 1933 due to a pre-existing coronary thrombosis. Intelligent, witty, quiet, legend, Calvin Coolidge.